Hello, everybody. Welcome to the season 7 recap, where we talk about everything season 7 and everything recap. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
All right, what's up, guys? It is I, Warren Geelong, otherwise known as Kevin. Hello. And we have the full crew with us. Schmorblin, who are you?
Devin.
And then you have myself, Raizu, aka Tom.
Wow. All right.
We have a lot of stuff to cover. They did a lot of shit this season.
They did.
They really did.
First of all, how was this season compared to, I guess, previous ones? Like, what do you think? Like, better, worse, about the samey?
Well, we had one less monster this season. Normally we have 6. This was 5.
I didn't think about that. But, like, they removed, or say they removed, they didn't add another monster. But almost all of these were really fucking hard. I
Yeah.
was just talking to Kevin about this before we started the recording. Lunagoron's kind of a butt. Garangolm really sucks. Like, I think he's like top 3 hardest monsters out. And then Espinas exists.
Garangolm, yeah.
Brute Tigrex, top 3 hardest monsters in my opinion. He sucks. And Malzeno was just, hey, did you hit me fast enough?
The easiest one is Malzeno.
I, first of all, disagree with that, but second of
Really?
all, I think Malzeno's probably, like, my favorite Elder Dragon right now.
I think Espinas was the easiest out of this list.
I know, we just really struggled through that outbreak, so...
Yeah, that outbreak was really difficult.
I appreciate this lineup. This was more challenging than I would have expected, and it was pretty good.
I think it was a good selection. I agree. And like with all the new stuff, the Driftstone rework. Obviously, we'll get into this. I did not expect to have another color of Driftstone.
I mean, I kind of expected that down the line. I did not expect it now.
I mean, we knew we were getting the drift smelting update this season. I don't know, I wouldn't say I was like, I called it, but it's like, they had to do something.
Right.
They did a lot this season, and I think this was one of the better seasons.
All right, Riftboards. We got 3 Riftboards this season. I do not remember getting 3.
Yeah, because Joe is the very start of the new season.
They really did show right at the beginning. I kind of forgot about that. They had a really good lineup of Riftborns.
Yeah, these were solid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel like they started strong and got progressively worse.
Yeah, one of these does not fit in the mix. They had Devil Joe, which was like prime best dragon weapon. And then they had Magnamalo.
Which is just like filling the blast roll.
Yeah, here's the blast roll. And then they went, Legiana's in there.
I feel like Legiana might have been like maybe one of the worst choices, right? Like, why Legiana?
When you look at it, Legiana is better than Barrios.
I mean, it's better, but we still have like a good tier of ice weapon, and it's not really that much better than Barrios. Like, we need a good fire and we need a good water. More than anything.
Water, I agree with.
But there's no good fire rift option.
Nothing's being silver.
Listen, any impact crater fire weapon will beat silver. I just refuse to build an Anjanath hammer.
Realistically, Joe weapons, I think all the Joe weapons were good. I mean, I don't think there's a single Joe weapon that was like, why would you build that? Magnamalo had some, obviously, like this says, correct, clear winners. Gunlance and Light Bowgun are fucking crazy. Like, if you didn't build that, you're doing something wrong, or you really like one type of weapon, in which case I respect that. I do the same thing. But then Legiana, it's good. I think heavy bowgun users are going to be really happy.
Like, if you miss Barrioth, this is, I guess, a good time to pick up a Rift Ice. But, like, again, it's really not any better than Barrioth. So, I don't know. Legiana raises an eyebrow for me, but other than that, Rift Joe, super fun.
I think the heavy bowgun users are going to eat good with Leggy, because everyone was kind of really mad that the Barrioth light bowgun got the style, because the positive affinity with Wyvern, and it's kind of weird. But, like, this is the premier ice weapon for people who can't farm 95,000 Kushala. So seeing it get styles and possibly outpace Kushala means it's probably going to be really good for heavy bowgun users, because that's a very good ice weapon.
And it's got Divine Blessing over the Fate Extender.
But not 2 Divine Blessing.
Oh!
It saved me on more than one occasion. Like, anytime we do our little, like, Malzeno 2-day vacation thing, I have a Divine Blessing smelt on every one of those sets. Specifically for that. Because I don't eat potions, because Malzeno can chop my head off and I'll take 8 damage instead of my whole health bar.
High risk, high reward. Bleeding Edge.
We were actually talking about that before you joined. That exact thing. Or, like, he's an actual nut job for not even knowing what the Elder Dragon does, but running fucking Bleeding Edge on the first fight. Like, actual Giga Chad moment. Alright. Next slide. This is the part where we have to guess what the events are because this is next.
What is even that
So the
first
first
one?
So that's the 2-year anniversary.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
All right, then we got bases launching.
So this is the official basis, not the beta testing we did previously.
And then we got, was that Advent of Exploration? Isn't that just the actual, like, launch?
Yeah.
That's what the season was called, I think.
All 4 of these icons were, like, literally the start of the season, because that's Riftborn Devil Joe. That was, like, right at the start of the season. Great picture, by the way. It kind of just reminds me of a dog, the way he's sitting there. Which Riftborn Joe was obviously great. And then we had the that's the J Stone. That's Offensive Dodger Fighting Spirit.
That's Offensive Dodger and Fighting Spirit.
Yeah, that was probably one of the best stones they've had in a while. Not gonna lie. And then we had
the Zenny event.
that's a Zenny. Oh, yeah, there's a little Zenny in the corner. Yeah, it's a Zenny event, which they brought back Silver for that one. I do kind of remember that because I remember looking at Silver and going, I already finished him. But honestly, people who need him, that was a great event because he's a very good weapon.
I do remember we also had like the Riftborn Devil Joe like 3 weeks in a row. Like I thought that was just gonna be like a 1 week boost, but it's like, oh, we have it for 3 weeks. Why am I still doubling things?
Well, listen, they had to make sure you had a maxed weapon for Malzeno.
And you know what? I appreciate the hell out of it because they gave us exactly as much Devil Joe as we needed. That is like the norm now. Like 5 huntathons of whatever the new Rift monster is, or whatever like the new monster is. Like that being the norm.
Helps a lot.
It helps so much. And then the 4-week challenge, which was actually really, really cool that they did.
It was.
This. I like this a lot. I think people who don't have 10-star maps unlocked are probably feeling a lot of FOMO right now. The people who weren't willing to well, I guess this is probably twofold. The people who weren't willing to go to 10-star monsters were the people who weren't willing to go to 9-star monsters. But with the introduction of Riftborn monsters and the Scare Stones that released, I think a lot of people moved up to 9-star to do that. So I'm kind of wondering if this 4-week challenge is a way to get people to go, oh, I can actually kill a 10-star. Maybe I should open my map up a little bit.
This is why we don't have trials yet, because a lot of people probably aren't on 10-star, so they don't want to bring it back till everyone can defeat them.
Yeah, they'll leave the fucking FOMO everywhere. Everyone's like, I can't kill this thing. I see it all the time. But, you know, that what does help with that, Riftport Magnamalo, my lord, that thing is good.
That light bowgun is chef's kiss.
It's chef's kiss if you're not a melee user, like in the middle of a fire.
Well, me and Tom out here doing cluster step, just swiping right at our screens, and then Kevin's in the middle of the fight. He's got the World War II helmet on with the
I'm in the trenches.
The 1,000-yard stare. He's like, I need to get the bunker. There's some real solid options in there, though. Like, I think all around Mag had like very good Rift options, even if you weren't picking like the 2 or 3 clear winners that were out there. Like, you're like a weapon specialist. I don't think you would really go wrong picking a Magnum Allo weapon, just because Blast is so universal.
Hard as shit, though. Like, even with like the 2 part breaker topples and the back as well, like that's a hard fight.
Even in the group hunts, I remember the EDIs. You were doing 10-star EDIs for Magnum Allo, and it would have like a head rift. And then we would have to try like 4 or 5 times to clear it with randos, just because it was such a hard fight to get down.
Yep.
And nobody had the mag weapons built yet, so it's not like anyone was doing the cluster step shenanigans, because by the time that happened, when the key just came out, you were trying to get that rift part, and then Magnum Allo was just punching you in the back of the head every time you jumped around. And I think this event is is that the one where you can send gifts to people?
Yeah, honestly, I love that event. I want them to bring that back.
That was really cool.
Yeah, it was.
It was a good way for them to be like, hey, you know, spend some money on your friends so we can make some money, but also get some stuff back for it.
I sent each of you a gift. I even had Audi send me a gift, and I sent one back. Like, you're just like, wow, we're just like all friends.
And it's the RNG manipulation we need, because I remember you sent me Insta Smelts, and the first smelt I got was exactly what I was looking for, one of the gold skills.
You're welcome.
I was like, I'll try this. Oh my god, it's there. It's Driftstone K, which is Charge Master Focus, if I remember correctly.
That is correct.
I don't think any of us are a bow user, so to speak, but bow users were eating real good there.
I did use Charge Master on a on one speed run.
on one speed run. I mean, to be quite honest, getting focus as a smelt is absolutely massive for bow. And I think for anyone who wanted to use focus in general, because like you don't have to run like the Jira legs.
I feel like it's too late for focus smelt because like doesn't Bo just want like 5 time charger or 5 charge master at this point? Like don't even have room for the focus smelt.
And I think that's why they were willing to put it out. Because they were, if I had to take a wild guess, they were like, oh, yeah, we put out Focus 5 and Smelts, and then someone's running like a melee set with Focus 5 Smelts, and suddenly it's just like the most OP weapon ever. But then they put out Time Charger.
But that's probably why they made the scaling on time charger and charge master so big at the very end because like you gotta give up a focus smelt for it or like a piece of focus, but if you can do it.
Yeah, because there's no real Focus piece with 2 Drift Smelt slots. They did that on purpose, I think. Like,
Right.
everyone's running Rajan Coil Jira legs or something of the sort.
Mm-hmm. But then you give up unless you're gonna use a double smelt piece that's like absolutely garbage. Then
Yeah, essentially. Next page. We got the Halloween event, which brought back the Claw Scythe.
they did something this event that they were supposed to do since the beginning, and I'm very happy about it. Removing the Zenny cost from the event weapons.
That's right. I forgot that's when this started. I don't know why they didn't do that to begin with.
Me neither. But they're finally leaning into, hey, maybe we should let the players craft the weapons that they grind.
Maybe this event should feel like fun.
And not only that, but you use the tickets up to 10.5.
Yeah.
Right.
Where normally the tickets were grade 6.
I think the ticket price, like the ticket economy, was a little bit too steep for this event. Like, it was a little like, even we are all like invested players, and I was only able to get enough tickets for one weapon.
I think it's supposed to be difficult to build a grade 10 weapon. So like I kind of get it because like if you were dedicated and you were on like a 7-star map, you could make a 10-5 cost scythe.
That's true.
Like you wouldn't really want like obviously you want to because it's an event, you want to enjoy it. But like on the same note, you don't want that to be easy because then everyone's running around with Bone Gun Lance 2.0.
Granted, it did still have the Wyvern Gem Shard costs. Like that was like still steep enough to me, like not free, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then everyone's got Bone Gun Lance 2.0. Everyone's running around with Summer Heavy Bowgun cost scythe.
yeah.
Bone Gun Lance, and they're killing everything with it, which again is fine, but maybe not in every fight.
But I am just glad that they finally we better see this for every event, but I'm just glad that they started doing that.
Yes, and then in this event, the Halloween event also brought Brute Tigrex.
Oh yeah, that was its debut.
It was at the same time. Yeah, which Brute Tigrex, again, hell of a fight. They really did a good job
Hell
making
of a
him,
fight.
like-
We'll go into it more. Totally not worth doing it, like, at all, but it's like a hell of a fight.
They made that not easy. The one after that, obviously, was more Brute parts. That's the Zenny event 2.0, right?
Zenny event, and then also your bow styles.
like, what is that symbol?
That's the bow styles, yeah. So
Oh, the bow. Okay, I was like, what is this? Is that like a robot? Yeah, okay, they got bow styles. I mean,
I didn't hear a lot about it, but like I did like kind of fiddle with it. Those bow styles are really fun.
I mean, I've seen like Hazy put out some like pretty cool like bow clears, but like I don't know, bow styles they're cool, I guess.
Then we had 4-week challenge 2.0
with Legiana debuting, which I was excited to ignore because I hate that fight.
Yet you did the outbreak with us.
Because I'm a homie.
He's a real one. I think this 4-week challenge thing, I hope they continue it in the next season. I think having cosmetics be unlocked from something like a 4-week challenge gives a good reason for us to actually do stuff. The only thing I have a complaint about is they shouldn't be...
Weapon or weapon type.
Yeah. Like I'm not, like... I guess weapon was the first one, right? And then it was like, okay, everyone's
There's
got to use
weapon
dual blades.
and then monster part.
Which I didn't mind the monster part as much.
I did.
But like the weapon is kind of no one wanted to use a leggy weapon unless you're fighting something ice weak. But not every weapon has a leggy weapon that's good,
Mhm.
even with or without.
I don't know.
rifts.
It sure looks like
So-
every weapon has a leggy weapon. I can't think of any notable exclusions.
Is there no leggy?
No.
hammer? I was gonna say if you didn't have a weapon, it probably sucks. That makes a lot of sense. From there, that's the... Is that the Riftborn Legiana? Is that the same time we got it?
What is the development update from the... Like, what was that?
So the development update was the drift smelting update.
Right. That's when we got the Blackstone. That's when everything
that
went down
dropped?
to 2
That
kilometers.
was halfway through... Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That was, like,
Yeah.
halfway through the season.
Mm-hmm. Feels like we've had it forever already. Yeah, because they gave us the 2 kilometer drift stones. They gave us the Blackstone. They moved everything. Now each stone gets 4 gold skills instead of 2. And they added some skills. Guard concentration, which I'm kind of divided on. Raw power you can smelt now. Resentment you can smelt. There's a short we made about it. Then there's Malzeno, which obviously I think one of the most fun Elder Dragons.
Yeah, Malzeno's my favorite Elder fight now. I think it was
He's just so fun
for a while, but honestly, I like Malzeno a lot.
And his weapons are solid. I think.
And every piece of Malzeno gear is actually good.
Yeah.
There's no stupid bowgun piece that's always on every single Elder set. That's like every piece is fire.
Are you expecting me to say something to that? I agree. I don't think Elders should have bowgun specific pieces. Because then it requires just a straw man argument. Say I live in the middle of Kansas and I have absolutely nobody that can play with us. And it's just me. Now I have to go find out a way to farm this EDI to get just the gold standard Kieran legs.
Mm-hmm.
Recoil 2, very solid. It can be used in a plethora of builds. But if you weren't out there in Kieran, you weren't able to farm that thing to grade 8, now you just can't build it. I don't think you should be restricted like that, because Kieran's not that easy to farm nowadays. But I don't think EDI should have things like that, where it's here's recoil down 2 on one piece, because those are so hard to come by. Granted, I liked all of the skills on Malzeno. I think the Vital Dragon was massive, and I think putting Vital Dragon on the weapons really did kind of take it up a notch, because they had to compete with Devil Joe Rift parts, let's be honest. Rift Devil Joe's massive.
And honestly, I'm still not convinced that it wins, because Devil Joe Rift with even level 2 Vital Dragon is still ridiculous.
Yeah, honestly, it's really good. After that, we have the Driftstone L, which is Resuscitate Coalescence.
Resuscitate!
Which I think this one is a huge winner, too. I think most of the Driftstones this season were massive. I mean, at least for somebody. But this all around is amazing.
They were all bangers.
Yeah, this one's a really good one. If you had any bubbly set, you just slapped Resus 3 on the chest and gloves. That's a universal set that now has basically Resuscitate 4.
Yeah, even just I have the Magnamalo coil. I'm gonna put any of the 2 gold skills on the Magnamalo coil. You probably win no matter what you roll.
Yeah, Coalescence on Mag Coil is amazing. Resus, you may as well have it, because you could probably have Hellfire up for a while. I mean, even Malzeno, that's the thick Blood Cloak, just comes out. Now this Resus Stone's here in Coalescence. You can get either on it, and it might be okay depending on what weapon you're using. I'm not going to get into that one. I know better. But Resuscitate is pretty solid on Blood Cloak, and Coalescence is possible to use. And then there's also Bleeding Edge we have, which has Resuscitate as well. There's so many status affliction options that you could kind of just, if you don't know what to put on, just slap it on anything that gives you an ailment, and you're probably fine. And then what's that last one?
And then where we are right now, the climax event.
Right, yeah. Duh.
Yep. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna drag this back to a season. I was so pissed last season when we got Namiel and it wasn't involved in any of the Elder Dragon events.
I forgot about
So
that.
I'm glad that they learned their lesson and had the flagship Elder Dragon of the season involved in any freaking event before the season ended.
They did a really good job of making Namiel impossible to farm for people who didn't really have the ticketed event.
Yep.
But yeah, this one, Malzeno's out like
Because
crazy.
even when it was boosted by an event or something, there was a better hunt-a-thon to do that's so much more worth it.
Yeah, it's right.
So I still have a 9.5 Namiel weapon that I never fully finished.
Alright, so let's roll forward. We got the official base launch to talk about. I think this is Tom's point here.
This is a Tom slide for sure.
Yeah, because I love storage space, and each wave gives you 500. It's the best thing ever.
Okay. That's a real hard sell on it. I would give bases a very lukewarm. They're neat at most, but I do think next season they will be expanding on bases. I think they've
Yes.
either confirmed that or we figured that out from other means.
No, they've confirmed that the bases can move. Not that it will, just it's possible it may move after each wave.
Which I don't think anyone really likes that, but like
No.
people who don't have a base for like miles, I'm sure are like at least happy to hear that.
Like, I think Luce does not have a base near him, so this could give him a base.
I mean, if this gives people more access to bases, then I'm all for it. Because like Outbreak shouldn't be exclusive to people who are like lucky. Like I have 2 bases right next to
Right.
me. I could do either of them.
What they should really just do is make more bases, but also make them be huntathons and EDIs. So like you could do a base, but it also spawns those huntathons, so you have the access to them too.
I mean, they spawn on top of a point of interest, so I'm not sure why.
Well, that's my point. Like, why not have it be both, and then you just add a couple more bases around? That way, everyone can have a base instead
Exactly. It's strange the way they punched it. They will be expanding on the bases. I'm kind of just like lukewarm on them right now. Like they're fine, and they at least show me that there's other local players. Like I don't think anyone has ever invited me to a hunt in my neighborhood, but I have 2 people at my local Outbreak that I've never seen before.
I mean,
I'm like, wow,
same at mine.
other people
Like
do
same at
exist.
mine, yeah. I think it's the same thing. They're all different people, so like
Right.
it's like our walks of like. I think the reason they're moving around these bases is because this game's about walking around. Like I think we
Right.
forget that this whole game's about like exercising essentially because it's a Niantic
What?
game. I know, crazy.
Oh, it's like the title of the season, the exploration base. You gotta explore.
Yeah, crazy take. I know walking around is important, but I think that's why they're doing that is because it's going to get people to like actually like walk around a little bit more. But I do think it shouldn't be forced.
Right.
So I think adding more bases would have solved that.
But if I have a local base and then like next season I don't have one for miles, that's a feel bad.
Yeah.
So hopefully they handle it properly.
My only complaint with bases is that you can't like add friends in that base. So if there's people who are there contributing, why can't I add them?
Yeah. That's a good point. I didn't really think about it like that because, like, I see the people in my base, but I never get to add them.
Right. The person's in that base every wave, but I never see them. Let me add them and communicate and say, hey, I'm doing the outbreak this Saturday. Let's meet up.
I guess they should come for the outbreak.
But Tom, you could just sign up for the Outbreak on Saturday and then everyone knows that you're doing it.
If they're local to the base and have access to look at it.
Right.
And it's not just because Niantic punishes you for not signing up for the Outbreak when you do it.
Someone's salty he didn't get a medal.
I sure still am.
Which one was that?
That is our Rathalos one.
Oh, I didn't even do that one, to be fair. Next! 4-week challenge. Oh, there's the UFO thing from earlier that I was talking about.
So I had mixed feelings on it, as you can tell.
Yeah, I'm seeing the bias in the text here. I think the fact that okay, 2 things. I think the fact that you can get cosmetic rewards for being good at the game is really cool. I hope that they bring these back for people on the next year, but also unlock new ones. So, like for example, like this 4-week challenge next year, you can still unlock the UFO one, but for people who already unlocked the UFO one, there's another one. You still get the same tokens. The shop opens up more. Blah blah blah. You get the GIF. But the other thing is, why on God's green earth is that hat so ugly?
The red one is so much nicer.
Why did they do that to my boy? He's so ugly.
Like the UFO army, that one's sick. But that hat is so
That's
ugly.
hideous.
Like they announced that, and was like, "That's it. That's the reward."
But I think on the thing of advent of exploration based 4-week challenges, blah blah blah. People who don't have 10-star monsters unlocked, I do think it's difficult for them to get it.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna get in my soapbox for a minute.
Go ahead.
People who are sitting on like 9-star maps and don't want to go to 10, they need a reason to go to 10. 10-star maps are like the literal promised land. Like the game is just so much better when you're on a 10-star map. Like, and I'm glad that they're incentivizing people to actually work towards that.
I don't disagree, but for the 4-week quest that we get, where they're like slay 50 10-star monsters, I think that should be reworked to slay, 50 of whatever star level you're on, because obviously that's the strongest monster for you.
I disagree. I'm gonna go full on elite gamer pro. I think that people need to be incentivized to go to tens.
Well, the weekly quest should still be kill the 9 and 10 star of whatever it is. But for the 4-week quest part, they should alter that to whatever star level that player is on.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Kevin. It's called 4-week challenge, not 4-week participation trophy. Like you have to get it. Like this is the thing, though.
Thank
Let's
you.
play the middle ground here, though, because all these EDIs they come out with have 10-star options. If you can't sure you don't have friends or whatever it is, if you have an EDI anywhere nearby, you can actually farm 10 stars with people if you want to. You don't have to, but you have the option.
But to do those 10 stars, you gotta be a certain HR requirement.
Which is why it's called 4-week challenge. But also keep in mind that realistically speaking, you have 4 whole weeks to do this. If you did one 10-star EDI that had like one 10-star in it, if you did one every day, that's 28 10 stars just off of EDIs. If you did one a day, it's a 4-hour ticket. So if you did 2 10-star EDIs every day, you could get the 50 10 stars with spare. And you don't have to do any of them yourself, and you don't even have to have the map unlocked.
Like you could just track the easiest 10-star to get there. But I guess you do, in order to get like the super good version of the cosmetic, you do actually have to finish that quest specifically, because that one gives 5 as opposed to like the others that's like 1.
Right, it's an actual requirement to get the bigger cosmetic.
I think that might be a little steep for my liking. Like I feel like I have to like actually grind that now, but like I think it's okay that they're incentivizing players to progress instead of just like pitching a tent
It's cosmetic.
at 8-star or 9-star.
It's only because it's cosmetic that it's okay. If it starts like if they were like, oh yo, check this out, summer heavy bowgun, go kill 50 10-star monsters. That's the problem. Yeah, like be real though. How many people have we had come into our Discord link in bio to have like, hey, well, check out what do I do for this build? I'm struggling with this 10-star monster that's in or like the 4-week challenge. Hey, I have to fight 10-star Diablos. I really want to use the Magnum light bowgun. What's like the best build I could use to kill this thing? Because he's like really tough. Like people do ask those questions, and I think finding the answer is important, obviously, but more importantly, the satisfaction you get from actually completing a challenge like that for someone who doesn't have that map unlocked is probably the most dopamine you're going to feel from playing this game. But I think that alone makes it worth it. Personally, that's how I see it. Next, Drifstone rework. This is Kevin's.
Stone, oh my god! This was the goated change.
The change of the lifetime.
I will. They even, with this Driftstone enhancement, they even updated the desire sensor that they know exactly what you want, and they will never give you the stone, the skill that you're going for. But this was this update was an absolute win for literally everyone. Even Niantic probably got a bunch of Insta-Smelt money from this, so this was an absolute win for everyone.
They got a lot of money from us.
The Black Friday $50 Insta Smelt pack, the 150 Insta Smelts, which like to me hurt because like I'm just looking at it and realizing they dropped 3 kilometers off of every one of these drift stones, so they're actually more tolerable. But the 150 drift smelt pack is probably widely sought after for the fact that now if you get 100 shards, you could get whatever skill you want from a drift gem without having to gamble on like whatever the 2 skills are. Like if you wanted resuscitate, you could just get it now. You don't have to go like, oh, I might get coalescence. Like you're gonna get it now.
Thinking back to my drift smelting hate video from like a year and a half ago, I think that they've now like actually fixed every single thing that I complained about. I don't want them to just like make drift smelting changes once a year. I do hope that there's a plan to update these like going forward.
They can make a new color stone.
In theory, the right play would be make a new stone every 4 stones, right? Like, and then like all the new skills that come out.
I mean, that is kind of almost the rate of like we get kind of like 4 new event stones a season.
3 to 4, depending. Yeah.
Maybe a little less than 4. Maybe like 3.
Yeah, but then like you get like say 6 event stones, and then you just kind of like cram it all into like the Periwinkle stone. I don't know, and then like 4 of them are gold skills. 2 of them are like the like I want to get that skill, but now I can't get the gem on it. God damn you, offensive guard! Give me offensive guard. I mean, but
I have offensive guard on every single ferocity piece.
I'm so jealous. I think that's the way forward, realistically speaking. If they maintenance it instead of going and playing catch up a year later, I agree. That would make it 1,000 times better. But this alone was amazing. For anyone who actually could smelt their armor and cared about it, this is beautiful. We got bow styles. We all totally use these, and dual blade styles, which we all actually kind of used a little bit. Which, yeah, bow styles we really don't see a lot of, but they're really cool. Dual blade styles are really good. Do you think Feral is the best dual blade style?
Yes, so out of the two, I do think Feral is better.
I kind of really like Spiral Slash, but again, I don't really use dual blades.
Spiral is too much high risk, high reward, and chances are you're gonna miss.
That's true. It's lazy.
So Spiral is like Impact Crater, but probably not as good.
Probably. That's a good comparison.
The hitbox of Spiral's weird because it looks like it hits your entire body, like it's like the whole body's a hitbox, but it's kind of just in front of you. Because I was messing it with Gyro just to see what I could do with it. You have to be pointing at them, which is kind of really hard to do.
And that's probably where Spiral fits the best, is Gyro playstyle.
I agree with that. But I mean, dual blade expert, I need to agree. But yeah, that makes sense. Out of the dual blade styles, since this is that panel, what's your favorite dual blade that got a Rift style?
Joe, hands down.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Joe is freaking goated.
I mean, Joe cooks with everything, to be fair. I'm not really surprised. Then I'll ask number 2. What's your number 2?
Barioth. Reason being, the weapon has an innate 20% affinity, right? With enhancements, I can add an additional 30% affinity to it. And finally, I can stack Bleeding Edge for a final 50% more affinity. This brings it to a total of 100% affinity using only 2 armors.
Tom, did you actually farm Legiana, just out of curiosity?
I did.
Okay, so do you have a fully upgraded dual blade for both?
I farmed Legiana to get both styles and all 3 enhancements for plus 300 elements.
Impressive.
I gotta respect. This is the guy who thinks the 10-star challenge needs to be nerfed. He's got 2 maxed out 10, 5, 20 ice dual blades.
I'm just looking out for the players, the community. Just because I wail doesn't mean everyone.
I used the buzzword community. I respect that. That's so fair. He's so real for that. But yeah, dual blade styles are really cool. I like bow styles. I think power volley is really cool. I think dodge bolts are really cool, and I think they need to be more. We need to see more of it because I don't see a lot of that around. And I'm not gonna say I go looking for it, but there was a point where I was like, do these exist? Did we forget that this came out? And I'm looking around for records of it.
I mean, you can't really tell when someone's doing a power volley bow until you see a chunk of their health going away at once. Because how long does that take to charge? 10 seconds with focus 5.
Power volley's great sword bow.
Yeah, I've seen some hazy clips of power volley. It's cool. Shout out to you.
There's a lot of hype around Black Diablo's bow, and some people are right about it. It's pretty fucking good. But next, Lunagaron. Look at that bad boy. He's got all those weapons. That's a really good slide. You did a good job with that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, good
Thank
job.
So I'll start because all my homies hate Lunagaron. If you are me or anyone like me who uses a ranged weapon, why the hell are the hitboxes the way they are? It's so hard to hit him
Please explain how the hitboxes are.
Anyone who's using any bow gun, maybe a bow, I don't know. Anyone who's using a bow gun knows you want to pierce through the body, and he flops around a lot, so he's kind of hard to hit. But all of his good hit zones are either on his head that wiggles around or on his front legs, which you can't really hit. He's such a jerk. I think
Lunagaron,
he's hard.
as a melee user, does the thing that I hate monsters doing, where you perfect dodge their attack, and then you do the follow-up attack, and they're 50 feet away.
Yeah, he does that. Average Odegron enjoyer.
Oh, and that the start of the fight, because he doesn't have frosting that automatically hits melee players.
Wait.
For no reason.
If you're hugging the arms, but I do find that
has a hitbox? I had no idea.
It does.
I mean, that makes sense. I use range. I didn't know that had a hitbox.
That does hit, when I was first doing, the Gyros hammer speedruns, that did hit me, half the time.
Interesting.
If you don't position yourself just
Who would
right.
have thought? So this is the introduction of Vital Ice, which obviously is good, because all the vital skills are pretty good. Also, the introduction of another piece of Blunt Force, which I remember correctly, Kevin, completes your Blunt Force set.
It does, and I have it at 10.5.
Which makes sense because Blunt Force. Health boost 3-piece, which is kind of crazy to have a health boost 3-piece. But it's a health boost 3-piece with a drift smelt. Essentially Rathian legs with a little bit of less work. Not saying it's good, but like the fact that they made that means they knew that people were looking for it. And then the big winner for like anyone who's using any ranged weapon ever, ballistics helmet with recoil for bow guns, but also ballistics with burst on the legs. I think the thing that they forgot is that not every person that uses a ranged weapon is using a bow gun. So if you wanted to run ballistics 3 at a bow, you have to have a recoil down piece, which is really stupid. I hope they do something about that because it seems like such a dead piece. But I'm really happy with ballistics. I think it's a fun skill.
Yeah, and your recoil down helmet.
Luna helmet is like my bread and butter nowadays. Anything that has a pierce or a shoddy, like ammo type on it, gets the Luna helmet without fail. Brute Tigrex heavy bowgun specifically, I made sure to put recoil down with ballistics on the helmet, just because it makes everything so much better. Not so much shotgun ammo because of the way it works, but that's its own video.
Yeah, I have played. I did make the weapon to 10.5 as well, and I like. It's fun to play with it, but boy, it's really going to be a common theme of like every new monster going forward. Like until we get styles, they're just kind of going to be collecting
Well, that's
dust.
the thing. This weapon, I don't think it's on the screen. Maybe I'm missing it. This weapon came with Vital Ice 1, didn't it?
It did.
It does have
So
vitalize
this
1.
is basically Ice Malzeno, kind of.
Kind
Yeah.
of.
If you think about it like that.
Actually, Malzeno is just Dragon Lunagaron.
That actually is a very good point. He came first. Which I know Vital Ice is really good. I don't know if that really is able to compete with stuff, though. The same way Malzeno struggles against Rift stuff, where like Joe kind of beats it out. Like Barioth already exists.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
this'll once we get enhancements, this will probably just like be the best ice weapon that's currently in the game. But like,
yeah.
I mean, I'd still rather just use Barioth.
And they did the bowguns dirty for Lunagaron. They gave the heavy bowgun Pierce and Sleep, so that it's all multi-hit. There's no big hit to give. So you put him to bed just to hit you like an extra 300 damage to him. So I had to say that one out loud for all the heavy bowgun lovers because everybody hates that thing. The light bowgun's okay; it's not that good, but like the heavy bowgun, it's so dumb. They knew what they did when they made that. They kind of looked at it and went, "Hey, yo, you want to see Legiana heavy bowgun?" But like you could put them to bed. They're like, "No." Like I bet I made that.
Yeah, I mean the skills all around are pretty good on it. Like I'm not disappointed with it, but like until the weapons get styles, it's like kind of just on the back burner.
That'll be a common theme for a lot of these. But the fight itself was pretty tough, so I was happy with that. They did a really good job on that fight.
Yeah, this was a good fight. I like this fight, even though I hate it. I like it.
It's good to have challenge. It's just sometimes it's too much. I don't think this is that case though. Next monster though, because I'm sure Garangolm's next. Yes, he is. The real hype of season 7. I think the hardest monster that's been put out this entire season. If maybe next to Brute. This thing is so tough for almost everybody.
The first monster of the story.
And yeah, he was the first monster. They would, hey, yo, fight this 10-star Garangolm. And then you kind of go, yeah, okay, no problem. I'll kill it. He must be easy. And then he kicks her teeth in 20 times in a row. And you just go, why the hell is he so tough? Did you know that Garangolm leaves a blast pool on the floor when he does that little punch thing? I found that out the hard way at day 1. I think that short I put out, I ended up back rolling when he did the jump, and I was like, oh no, I'm scared. I back rolled into his punch, and I got blast on me. And I was like, what? Why?
There's a lot of little weird things about the Garangolm fight that I just find funny. Did you know, which I know you know because I told you, that like when he's doing his like enraging scream, he doesn't take any ailments whatsoever, which includes paralysis and stun?
Which is so stupid. They did a good job coding him in a way that would make him difficult. I just think they made him harder than all the other monsters.
Yep.
I think if we're going to go down the list here, his armor is really interesting. They did a good job of making a new skill that was actually worth using. Reckless being like the main one. I think that's like kind of like his like bread and butter. They made it good for melee and range users if you actually care to use Reckless.
Kind of lukewarm on Reckless as a melee user. Like I think the damage buff isn't really high enough for my liking. And I still Like, maybe with Water Strike where I don't really perfect dodge, but I still do kind of like my perfect dodge.
I just think it's nice they gave you lock on.
But, like, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't use I wouldn't use an armor slot on 5% damage or 10% damage.
Yeah, you kind of have to put it together. Heavy bowgun users are eating good with that coil. Every person I know that runs a heavy bowgun loves the Reckless coil. It's just so
Yeah,
solid.
that seems kinda
It's
crazy.
so good. And then, like, on the opposite of so good, guard up. Why? Who asked for this?
Can you guard the Malzeno nuke with it?
Tested a lot of things with guard up. We planned on making shorts on all the new skills like we had. Guard up was on my list of things to test and make a video on. I tried guard up on almost everything that shoots a laser that insta kills you, and I promise you, they're not worth guarding. You may as well just dodge it. It's effectively worthless because if you block the Rajang beam, you take 90 damage, which is cool. I perfect guarded it, by the way, with guard 3, and I took, like, I think it was like 44 damage. And then the knockback is so high that you may as well have just dodged it. So, like, guard up to me is kind of stinky. But, like, having the two...
That should probably be a guard 2 chest.
I think it should be a guard
like
2.
Guard up and guard 2, and then maybe it'd be like, alright, at least it's
Well, the
there.
2 smelt slots, I think, is what was supposed to make up for it. But I think guard up should give you at least some defense. If they were going to do that, it has to have some sort of up to it. Because there's no real reason to run that versus the Ragi coil for the most part. Because the Ragi coil just comes with guard 2 and 2 smelt slots. You may as well just have that. Because whatever you're blocking with guard up, you don't want to be guarding it. You may as well just run away. And then all of his weapons also come with Reckless, which I think sometimes gets missed. So, like, those Reckless 2 gloves plus a gold
and
weapon.
that is Diablo's tier weapon, so it's not even like... It's a tier... He's like a tier 4 monster, but actually has like tier 5 stats.
He's strong. Really strong. I don't think I've seen anyone run a Garangolm weapon since creation. And I think they did effectively make the worst light bowgun in existence with him. The Reckless 1 Garangolm light bowgun effectively nukes the entire purpose of playing a light bowgun for 5% damage. It becomes impossible to play. The heavy bowgun's really fun. I would make that one. If you're going to make anything, you could just evasive reload, wyvern roll spam, and it does like 1 billion damage.
Also, like, come on, those... Just like, because I'm looking at it, those Greaves should probably be like Reckless 2 with lock on. That is such a bad lock on piece.
Yeah.
I would never run that. Like, you'd have to bend my arm backwards and put a gun to my head. Like, that is so bad.
It should have 2 smelt slots, if anything.
That would be a game changer, but it doesn't have either, so I'm never
But
going to
here we are, right? But all in all, definitely one of the hardest fights. I think tied for, like, this season's hardest fight, which is really funny, because the next monster was the flagship, which definitely isn't the hardest monster on this list, Espinas.
I mean, it's a good fight, at least. It's not the hardest, but it's at least like a good
There were no
fight.
pushovers this season. And this guy, being the flagship, was cool because he has multiple elements. Like, you have poison in there, too. So fire and poison is really cool.
Poison longsword, let's go.
Which is kind of...
Poison longsword with special part breaker, too.
Yeah, I was going to say, his weapons come with special part breaker, too. It's pretty cool. I think his armor was where the real winner was, because he had basically every piece of armor was just straight up good in one way or another.
Vital Fire still hasn't really clicked for me, but Pursuit chest with the coil, pretty good. And the gloves, yeah, they pair pretty well together too.
The chest is like almost Valor chest quality. Like, you kind of have to have it if you're going to run Pursuit, because if the only way...
Honestly, my only real gripe with Valor my Pursuit as a skill is that I see it as a 5-point skill. If you're not running all 5 points, then I don't...
Well, that's the thing. That's correct.
Like, I would never run the coil or the chest. Maybe the Malzeno legs, which we'll get into in a minute, because that also comes with, like, the dragon element buff, but I wouldn't run Pursuit unless it was, like, all 5 points.
Which is kind of my point, though, since it's Pursuit 3 that comes with 3 levels of Pursuit, you have to have that chest plate, which means if you're not going to make a weapon, you may as well just max the chest plate. Same thing with Valor.
Yep.
Like, Valor 3 chest is just so solid. Just run it. Why not? You have it. You can build it to 10-5. You don't need a Basil weapon.
Except you could run Basil chest on any build. And
you can run Pursuit on any Riftborn monster and get away with it.
I still wouldn't use just the Pursuit chest on a Riftborn.
Right. Yeah, because the problem is Pursuit 3 is only 20% damage buff, but then Pursuit 5 is an extra 25%.
I think they missed out on that.
Yeah, so you want the coil for the extra 25% damage.
On the other note, Vital Fire is actually really good on bow guns for the 7 bow gunners that might be hearing this. We did some math, and Vital Fire is actually really good on Silver Athelos, and actually almost beats out Crit Element in some scenarios. So it's kind of worth running for us who can't actually put on armor that does damage. Haha, very funny. I know melee users get to put on everything, but we only get like 2 slots. Those 2 slots are worth putting on if you're using fire. But the fight itself, I think it's interesting because he does some things that other monsters don't do. The paralysis, poison, fireballs.
Which is just funny.
Yeah.
That it's goofy to get hit by one and then be parried, and also your health is draining, and also he's charging you already. And then his interesting gimmick of not being able to be part broken until he roars. I think that's a really cool mechanic. Weapon wise, you guys have any winners in here? Because I don't really think anyone really built any of these.
I mean, I've built the dual blades just because I wanted a tail deletion device. And honestly, I don't even really like them.
As the dual blade expert, I did not make the dual blades.
I didn't make either of the bow guns either.
Granted, honestly, I think the best Espinas build is literally what you're looking at right now. Like literally 5-piece Espinas, and like the Espinas weapon is probably like the best way to play it. Because like you got the damage boost from the Vital Fire, and then you'll have like the insta part break from the special part breaker, and then you'll have like a massive damage boost for the rest of the fight. So honestly, like 5-piece Espinas is probably the best Espinas combo.
The first monster that's come out that you can just run the entire set on a melee weapon and it might actually be viable.
Right.
Pretty much.
We got Brute Tigrex. I think we all know where we're going here. We already made a video talking about where we tier all of these, which I think we need amendments or two.
Tom, there's a you made a mistake on your graphic.
I did.
You have 1 too many weapons.
He threw a hammer on there.
Are you trying to trigger me right now? Like, what is this?
There's no brute hammer. There's no brute hammer. You put the flashback to our Brute Tigrex video where we were talking about how there was no hammer. We were like, where is this guy? Please find him.
Has anyone seen this boy? Has anyone seen this beautiful boy?
Please, if you know where he is, please call me at the hotline. We kind of already went over like what we thought about the weapons. I don't think we really went over the armor that much. I think that's like the real winner, and the fight, because let's be honest, this guy's fucking crazy. There's a couple winners in here. I think personally, I mean, if you're going to be quite honest, with like advanced attack boost is kind of like the mid game skill to kind of like get into the game itself.
Okay, so hold on. I just want to touch on what you just said. You said that advanced attack boost is like a mid game kind of a skill, but
do you disagree?
Every single like I've been on the Discord. People can't freaking beat Brute Tigrex. Like new players, they can't fight Brute Tigrex and like come out on top, and just to make advanced attack.
I didn't say he was easy to fight. I said it's a mid-game skill. They make you fight for that bad boy.
By the time you can beat Brute Tigrex, you don't even need it.
Advanced attack boost, mid-game skill, hard to fight him. You need to like group hunt him really, or like I don't know. There's no real easy way to fight Brute Tigrex unless you have a 10-5 Gyros hammer and you just lock him in place. And even then, it didn't seem like an easy fight watching.
It's not a good Gyros.
No, it didn't seem that easy. I mean, Maglite Bowgun kind of works on him, but once he starts roaring, it's like game over.
No, the Maglite Bowgun sucks against him because you can't break the head easy, and then he just does the roar cone attack.
Yeah, he just rips you apart. His armor, Reckless 2 on the helmet is supposed to pair with Garangolm, which to me actually worked out really well for a lot of my sets, because I don't have a lot of options. Of people who don't use Reckless, it doesn't matter, but you could get Reckless and Advanced Attack Boost on one piece is kind of nice for some sets. Obviously, they put attack boost on a lot of these armors because obviously you want attack boost 5 to run advanced attack boost. Kind of makes sense. But the gloves were a real surprise to me as a bowgun. I mean, I didn't think I'd see another R1 piece. Advanced attack boost with the recoil and reload speed was really cool to see because I didn't have a good glove slot until this guy came out.
I'm just gonna say right now that the chest and the coil should have come with an extra point of attack boost.
It should have.
That chest is so bad.
If you're using advanced attack boost, you could just use the Lagambi chest. That's the attack boost 3 you're looking for. This would be the Legambi
Yep.
chest and then the Brute Coil, but now you need another piece of Brute.
I mean, I like the concept of advanced attack boost, where it's like, all right, at least like you'll have that, and then you have like a very easy to meld piece of like an easy to meld like skill that's like you just need to meld like 2 or 3 attack boosts, and then suddenly you have like a nice good bump in damage. But I don't know, it's just like a lot of setup for just what is it, like 650 attack total?
650 added to the attack boost bonus.
No, it's not. No, it's 350 added to.
Oh, it's 350 plus 300. That's right. It's 650. That is kind of ass, isn't it? It's like we have Valor Chest at home, but it takes up like 3 pieces of armor.
Yeah. So I don't know. They just missed the mark on Brute Tigrex armor, I think.
Yeah, again, the gloves and helmet are cool. I think this is the first piece of armor that gets offensive dodger, because at that point that was a drift smelt skill. So that's kind of cool to see, that you could get offensive dodger in a way that's not just like praying you get it off of like a Yellowstone or whatever it is. And I had a conversation about Brute Tigrex's weaknesses with people in the Discord, the unofficial official Discord. They thought that he was only water weak. There's like several people that like kind of like Stockholm themselves into believing that Brute wasn't dragon weak, even though he is. I don't know if you guys experienced that.
Honestly, I would have said the opposite, where I just thought it was Dragon Week and not water at all.
That's what I thought. But yeah, all in all, interesting fight. Definitely not easy.
But the Brute Tigrex, which we made a whole video on, but the weapons did something super interesting that we've never seen before.
Oh, that's right.
Having all 5 like points of a skill like just stapled onto the weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first weapon where they really just took the skill and went, haha, slider all the way to the right. Like, you're like making a character in the character creator, and you're just like, I want to see what happens if
And you just put the chest size.
you're
up
like,
next,
oops,
you know?
all cheekbones. That's what they
Yep.
did with all these.
Like, there's some pretty obvious winners and some pretty obvious losers, but like,
I'd like to make a small amendment that we didn't know that litheness can stack multiple times in a fight, so the greatsword's slightly better
listen,
than it was.
it could make you indestructible, and I would still give it the same rating.
I think litheness has its value. I think people who use greatsword with knowing that litheness will just give you like the invulnerability to just tank through everything all the time. It's kind of nice. I still don't think it's better than everything else, but I think it's worth noting that litheness doesn't work the way the game says it does.
Next slide.
Malzeno.
Yo, the go! I love this fight.
This was a really cool fight. I think anyone who
Like-
didn't actually play it, if they were able to watch it, it looks cool.
Like, I'm still struggling to get to like the final stretch of tails I need to do Malzeno, and I'm not even like suffering. I'm just like, yeah, gotta do my daily or my hourly Malzeno, good to go.
Yeah, he was fun.
Like, it's a fun fight. It's an all around a fun fight.
I think my phone struggled with the amount of particles we were creating, but just because
That's probably
it was
true.
a really crazy fight to look at. Whenever he puts the crimson cloak or whatever the fuck it is, the blood cloak on you, and you're just like,
Yeah, you just go
the curios are attached to you, and then your phone just turns into a space eater.
I thought the curio phase was actually really interesting. Like, I kind of missed that when I first was like watching videos on Malzeno. It just looked like an easy fight, but the curios that it forces on you halfway through the fight, and there's nothing you can do about it unless you die and revive.
Yeah, you get it even
Like,
for second.
I think that was actually like the most interesting part of the fight, and it actually, because like it forces you to be really aggressive when you probably don't want to be.
Which I think is part of the.
And it's interesting because they could punish you
And this
for
is
that.
a really interesting thing to me. It's a way to introduce you to a debuff or a buff, so to speak, because you get that from the chest and the gloves. You get the blood cloak skill, but you kind of already know what it does because you just had it.
Right.
So Malzeno gives you blood cloak, and then you go, all right, I got blood cloak, and then you're using the Magnum Allo light bowgun, and you remove it in 4 clusters, and then people call you stupid.
I was about to say, and that you have blood cloak, and if you fought it for the whole weekend, you know exactly how hard it is to remove that blood cloak.
Until it isn't. Depends on what you're using, obviously, but like blood cloak.
So that's why there's only one good skill to pair with it. Coalescent. Not.
I do think it's interesting though that Blood Cloak opens up so many options for resuscitate builds, and obviously coalescence depending on what weapon you're using. You get a lot of ability, but also you know exactly what you're getting into because you experienced the Blood Cloak. So if you're like running like I don't know, Greatsword, and then you have Blood Cloak, and then Malzeno teleports 50 feet away from you, and your health bar's gone because you weren't able to get to him in time, you're probably not going to want to run it, but that means you don't have to go out of your way to build the armor. You kind of, all right, I'm making the helmet now, which that's a really good helmet.
Oh, dude, the Malzeno helmet's probably like the standout. Like even if you don't have the Malzeno weapon, it's so good.
Yeah, any piece of armor, any dragon weapon wants that helmet, regardless. Like it's just good. And then like I don't want to say the rest of his armor is like kind of overshadowed by it because it's all really just genuinely good, especially with the fighting spirit buffs that we got. If you're running a dragon set with the fighting spirit, the Malzeno coil is so good. And then an option for pursuit, like you said, pursuit 5 is like the only way to run pursuit. So now you don't have to be stuck with the 2 Espinas pieces. It's just all around good.
Yeah, I still have not been able to like actually test Blood Cook myself on like melee, like on hammer. So like that's definitely going to be like on the to-do list for next season. Like, what can we actually do with Blood Cloak? Like, I still don't even know if it's good on my weapon. But I am looking forward to trying that. I have Resuscitate on both the pieces. I mean, I might also just say, all right, on my Malzeno weapon, I'm just going to use the helmet, the coil, and then the greaves, and then throw Espinas chest, and then use, I don't even know, like maybe just the Espinas gloves too, but I can go one of two ways, depending on how good Blood Cloak is.
I will warn you, by the way, Kevin. Water Strike and Blood Cloak do not go together. I tested it. There's no motion value in Water Strike, so you could barely keep Blood Cloak up if you're doing a Water Strike.
I mean, if you're using the actual spin, but like well, first of all, I mean like Malzeno weapon isn't gonna have Water Strike anyway,
yeah.
but you can use like what is it? You can use Water Strike and not actually do the spin spam.
Why would you? Like literally, why would you? I guess. I mean, you'll be able to test it better than me, but
because unless you're using Blood Force, spinning isn't actually very good.
Because I went in and I looked at the motion value because I was trying to test to see what weapons could get away with it. I started spinning on the sandbag and I literally couldn't get the Blood Cloak past like 1/8 of the bar. I was struggling to keep it even alive with the spin because the motion value is so low.
Yep.
But I mean, that's again, we'll test that at some point. Maybe there'll be a video on it. If you want to see a video of us figuring out how Blood Cloak works and testing it all out and all that, throw a comment in or something. I don't know.
Hopefully, I'll have the whole set grade 8 by the end of the event.
Lord knows I do at the very least. That's right, the ticketed events. There were a lot of these.
And only one of them was good. Well, I guess the Espinas one was good too.
Okay, so I have a little bit of gripes. The 2-year anniversary was fine. I had a bit of a gripe with the Brute Tigrex Huntathon weekend. That ticket felt useless to me because it didn't make infinite Huntathons. It just made all the Huntathons Brute Tigrex. But if you didn't have the ticket, they were still Brute Tigrex Huntathons. It's just the ticket gave you like the special rewards where you could get plates, and then there was always Brute Tigrex.
No, Devin, here's the thing: is that the Brute Tigrex ticket actually nerfed your Huntathons because you weren't able to do the 5 Magnamalo Huntathon anymore.
Right.
You were only locked into doing that garbage.
That's
Tigrex.
right. You only could do Brute. They dropped the ball on that one. I think the unlimited Huntathon tickets would have made it worth it. But like removing that and just being like, yeah, okay, now you get to find only Brute. I could just go walk around to find Brute. You don't have to spend $4 to find Brute Tigrex in a Huntathon. You could just walk down like I don't know any road that you go to that has a Huntathon and just like wait for an hour. He'll probably pop up.
Listen, it was 300 storage for me. It was fine.
there it is. The Malzeno event, honestly, the way they did the 2 days and then the other 2 days, and you can only pick one. I like that personally.
That was a win.
I think they should do it like that from now on. I hope they do. Because it gives people who have 40-hour work weeks and full-time jobs a chance to kind of go, maybe I should take 2 days off and not have to grind this. Want to enjoy myself? Let me go do these 2 days and just farm it.
And sometimes this was like the first event I actually had plans for the weekend. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do Malzeno. It's going to be... But then we had Thursday, Friday, and I was able to at least do the Thursday.
Yeah,
So it was
If they didn't do it like that, we probably wouldn't have Malzeno weapons right now because the Thursday Friday was a huge winner for
You
us.
guys wouldn't have Malzeno weapons. I'd be driving myself.
Tom would be having everything.
Do you even have a Malzeno weapon crafted yet?
No, because I don't want it.
And bro farmed like
You guys wouldn't have
200
one.
Malzeno.
But I wouldn't either because I don't have it crafted. But I mean, you.
He's farmed like 1 billion Malzeno. He's still sitting on the parts.
Insect Glaive, that's where it's going.
That's fair enough. It's gonna have Vital Dragon, you know that at the very least. And the Climax event ticket, honestly, I don't even know what that does. I didn't even look at it.
Honestly, I don't even know either.
30-minute respawns, infinite water droplet for those 12, 24 hours, whatever it is.
Doesn't it also make like field exclusive spawns too that they used to give us for free, but now is just tied to that ticket?
Yeah, they took away Garangolm and they took away Luna Garon for the spawns.
Okay, I mean, I kind of get that. They both kind of suck to fight, to be fair. But also, item box space? Question mark.
Yes, 100 from each of them. It was another 500 for me.
There it is.
Wow.
Tune in. Like, do you have a specific day you're going to be 100,000 storage so you can put in a post out about it?
Season 8 launch.
Season 8 launch. He's going to have 100,000 item box space.
Just wait.
It's going to be like Monster Hunter New Year, but instead he's just got like a really, really big closet.
And yet I'm still full.
Oh my god.
Bro's always full, but he's so empty at the same time.
Because I'm saving up for Insect Glaive, and it's delayed until March.
That's right. It's coming out in March. At least we have a date.
Thank
what comes
God.
After this, what comes after the slides? Is there anything else? Yeah. So
Yeah, we kind of like touched on all of them, but
I'm going to retouch on this
quickly.
because you think Offensive Dodger is mid. Offensive Dodger is absolutely amazing. I don't think you need to run it as a 5-point skill. I think just kind of
one and
having
done.
offensive. Yeah, you can have a 1 and done. It's amazing. Having a 5-point defensive dodger, I've tested, is very good. But having 1 point in it on like any piece that like you use, if you're like a perfect dodge weapon like bowgun or like whatever it is, obviously I'm a little biased here. But offensive dodger on a light bowgun, if you don't have that, go get it. Like, it's on a Yellowstone. Just go farm Yellowstones. Get that on, like, a bowgun piece. That thing is so good. And then you can't go wrong with Fighting Spirit, especially with the buff that just came out with it. Like, it's really easy to get from the event we're currently in, just because you could farm these stones and they're 1 kilometer. But, like...
I mean, this was a good event just because, like, if you have a piece, like, especially, like, the new armor, if you have a piece of armor that doesn't have either of those skills, you're fine with pretty much either of them.
My only problem was...
Like, I was pretty much just, like, putting either skill on the full set of Espinoss gear. It's like, yeah, whatever, if I get it.
I needed...
I'm pretty okay with either.
I needed Fighting Spirit on my Reckless Coil, and I was kind of rolling the dice. I did end up getting it, but, that's actually that one drift smelt where I said, hey, you gave me the insta smelt, let me try it. That's what I got. I got Fighting Spirit on my my Garangolm coil. I was praying it wasn't offensive dodger. That was my 1 smelt.
I think I got like 6 fighting spirits on my Magnamalo coil.
Yeah, I got a lot.
Offensive dodger.
Dodger.
Oh, you go with that one.
And that was like the last one I really needed too. And I was like, oh my god, we just give it to me already.
It's fair. And then we had Stone K, who's Charge Master and Focus. Which,
Low skills next.
yeah, I mean, well, we don't use it that much, but like Charge Master's scaling seems pretty good. And then Focus is Focus, but not surprising. Okay, next, you're right. Something to talk about. This is one of the real winners, though. Coalescence and Recess. Having them both on the same stone is great because both of them are ailment skills. So at least you know where to put them, even if you're not using it. Like, if you didn't have the bubbly set, like, you were able to build it, at least you could throw the stones on it if you didn't care to use them. You know they're going to a good place.
Going to a good cause.
Going to a good cause. I mean, it's a universal build. They had the universal bubbly build in, like, Season 4 or 5 when, like, Mizu first came out. All the melee users were like, oh my god, we can run bubbly with literally everything, and it works just fine because you get Recess. But, like, now you can actually really run it with everything because you can just get a 40% damage increase pretty easy. Bubbly gets 3 Drift Cell slots and 1 Recess on the gloves. So if you smelted properly this season, you could have Recess 4, Bubbly 3 on 2 pieces of armor. which is a lot of damage.
The chest continues to be goated.
It is. It's so good. And I'm testing it with bowgun. It's actually surprisingly good. You may see some of that next season if I actually somehow manage to get the resus smelt to my 5th piece of armor. Because I don't know what that piece is going to be yet. But this is some really good stuff. They need to make more like event stones like this, honestly. Like, obviously not this exactly, but like 2 skills that go good on any piece of armor that they should be on.
Right.
Makes it feel a lot better that I didn't just roll the skill I didn't want, because they're both good.
Yeah.
And Season 8, what the hell is that thing on the bottom left? Is that a yokai?
I mean, kind of, actually.
Like, I don't like that thing. Okay, Rift Charge monsters. Rathian cannot be slayed in a single hunt. What is that? I didn't read up on that.
Yeah, honestly, they've been kind of vague about what Rift Charge monsters actually are. We just know it's kind of just going to be like a monthly super boss in addition to outbreaks.
I do know that they said that certain weapons will give you more points.
Yeah, like I think that like the Astalos and Kezu weapon will give you more points towards the Rift Charge, but honestly, I have no idea how. They're extremely vague, so we're just gonna have to wait and see.
That kind of makes sense, though. They don't want to like spill the beans on it immediately, but at least knowing which weapons are going to be boosted, it means you can work on them.
I guess they're also trying to like incentivize us to build the new stuff.
Yeah, and then
like only those weapons will get like more points.
Well, Rift Ward Kezu is coming out pretty damn soon. Honestly, we're gonna see him almost like a week from now, essentially, when we're recording this.
But isn't it weird to have like Riftborn Kezu drop the same season as Stalos though? Yeah. Like the same day, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Riftborn Kezu, they go, here's a...
Like that's gonna be like the pretty clear winner of the Thunder weapon. Like, so we'll see if it's even worth it to farm Astalos, but it'll probably at least be a good fight.
Why does Gauss Harag have a mask? It just gives me Persona vibes. What's going on with that? Can I get some lore drop here? I'm very confused.
I think that's his face.
Is that his face? It looks like a mask.
That's his face.
Poor soul. He got stuck in a saw trap and they never took it off.
He's basically Ice Glavenus.
I don't like that. I mean, I like it, but I don't like it. He's scary. Quemetrice, we get to bully the fire chicken.
I have fond memories of bullying the fire chicken in Wilds, so I'm excited to do so more.
This is gonna be fun. I didn't see the material exchange. You can buy common mats with gems now?
Oh, that's out now. They already released that.
Oh, I mean, well, that is Niantic Scopely.
Yeah, yeah, like Tuesday.
So, like, you could just go in to buy a weapon, and, like, you just, like, you're out of, like, god bugs, and then, like, buy god bugs.
So, where is that, then, exactly, in the shop?
If you don't, it's not in the shop. If you don't have enough of, like, Wingdrake hide, you could literally just say, hey, upgrade this anyway, and then you'll spend,
so
like,
it's on the level up screen.
50 gems to spend all of the Wingdrake hide.
That's probably going to go up on the slide.
The rate, by the way, is as obnoxious as you would expect.
Oh, do tell.
Was it like 10 gems per piece or something?
Not that obnoxious, but it is 5 gems per rarity 1 that you need to get bought out.
Oh, bro didn't want to kill 2 Wingdrakes, so he has to spend 10 gems? That's criminal. But honestly, people are lazy enough. I could see that happening. Oh, loading bar. Here it is. Perfect timing. The alloy armor helmet. I don't know how you haven't gotten that to grade 8 yet. Wingdrake hides. How do you have that much Zenny?
Honestly, I had a lot more of it like a week ago.
Like 20k Zenny.
Bro, remember all of those 10-star Magnamalo Huntathons I was bragging about? I got like 1 million Zenny from that event alone.
Bro got into the oil fund for the Farcaster community without me. Like, my ass is poor. How you get that much? My God. But yeah, so we're getting styles too. January, we're getting heavy bowgun. We all know who's excited about that. Obviously, it's Kevin. He really wants to see heavy bowgun styles. But I'll make sure I go out of my way to test them so you guys can see what's going on with that. Because I'm really good at blocking, and I have a feeling one of the styles is going to have to do with blocking because they put shields on that bad boy. So we're going to see some cool stuff, hopefully. And then Lance in February, which is going to be cool. Maybe the
also with shields.
Yeah, but probably the same thing.
The shield season.
But maybe the sidestep will be outclassed by something finally.
Oh God, I hope not.
It'd be cool to see some new stuff. Maybe they remove the sidestep on one of those styles and add something a little more flashy. That's all. That's all we got.
Wow. Yeah, so I guess we'll continue our coverage of next season as we go. But yeah, any final thoughts on the season and everything going forward?
I thought it was good, and I hope next season's better.
They got to keep doing better. And realistically speaking, we'll be covering basically everything that we can cover. But if there's anything specifically you want to see, you should probably throw a comment down there because we're here for the people. We sometimes don't really know exactly what we want to cover, but if everyone's like, "Hey, cover this one thing," we'll probably do that. On that note,
Yeah. Did you one more thing? Did you guys know we're not getting an Elder Dragon next season?
Wait, what?
No, they confirmed in one of their. I think it was in either the last stream they did, but we're not getting an Elder.
That is wild.
I like that because I think they're gonna run out of room eventually if they start doing that.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah, then it gives them more room to do some fun stuff.
Like how is that? Are we gonna get a ticket event next season? Who
Oh, we're
knows?
getting
We're gonna
gift
get
charge
6
monsters.
ticket events. Calling it now.
On that note, can I do it? Can I do the thing?
Do the thing.
Do the thing.
All right, guys. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you share this to your friends. Make sure everyone knows about it. And leave a comment. Let me know what the hell's going on. We have a Patreon. It's like $3 if you want to name in the section, or like $1 if you want to just like support the cause. Then we get these videos out a little faster, a little higher quality. Thank you to I think our only current Patreon $3 member, Spike. Thank you very much. The $1 patron, Waranjalong. Thank you so much. You can come sign my hat later. I'd really appreciate it. I love the Farcaster community. But that's everything we got. Hopefully we'll see you all in the next season with some cool new content. Oh yeah, we have an active Discord. We're all in there. If you have questions about like builds or something like that, it's cool, fun times. Very fun times. Okay, bye!